Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video on cars. I recently did a lot of research when buying Nexon XZ Plus petrol manual. I did a very detailed comparison between all the compact SUVs in the Indian market. I'm hoping this video will help other people decide their dream car. In this video, we will be looking into various aspects of these cars one by one. Before I start, let me clarify that I'm not a car expert. I'm a normal car buyer, so please cross-check all the information I share in my video. When I started looking for a new car, my initial budget was 9 lakhs on road price, that is in Hyderabad. My top two choices back then were Altroz and Freestyle. My choices in that price segment might change now though, as during this period I've taken around 45 test drives, which were of cars belonging to all segments. Now, normally people just compare two cars like Nexon versus Sonnet, which is better. According to me, nobody in the entire world can accurately answer that. You need to have more information. You want a petrol or a diesel car. One car can be really better in the diesel engine version or vice versa. Do you want a manual or an automatic? The choices might change based on this information. These two factors are still considered by people when they do comparisons, but I believe one should compare one variant of a car with another, as the overall product you get differs a lot when you switch from one variant to another. And majority of the people don't buy the topmost variant, which are normally reviewed by everyone. Let's jump to our comparison sheet now. As my budget was around 11 lakhs, the ex-showroom price budget was around 10 lakhs. As you can see here, all of them have ex-showroom price around that except EcoSport and Sonnet. Let's talk why. EcoSport Titanium is a very bad variant. It misses on everything starting from safety to comfort and convenience features. One must not buy that variant. It is better to buy the base variant which is ambient instead. That is the reason I had to go for the Titanium Plus variant. But there is a catch. As the ex-showroom price is more than 10 lakhs, there is a tax slab rate change which leads to quite higher RTO tax amount. Regarding Sonnet, I was very frustrated to see Kia launching this car without turbo manual variant. Also, the max variant you can go with manual transmission was STK Plus. I didn't want to take IMT for some reasons, which I'll explain in some other video maybe. All of these cars fall into similar price. I'm not considering 20-30K difference because I don't think that will change anybody's buying decision. We'll come to the pros and cons summary later. Let's talk about the engine and specs. For an average person, slight difference in the power or performance would be an issue. Any of these engines except the Sonnet, one will satisfy an average person. This particular variant of Sonnet, which I am considering here, doesn't have a turbo engine. As you can see, both power and torque of this variant of Sonnet is quite lower than the competition. The power of this Sonnet is only 83 and the torque is 115. Also here, Brezza and EcoSport have non-turbo engines, but bigger engines. As you can see, both have almost like 1.5 liter engines here. That normally means that the low end torque of these cars will be better than the other cars. But mid-range torque of turbo engines will be higher once the turbo hits. Brezza and Sonnet both have 4-cylinder engines, which mean that these are normally more refined. Please note that even though Venue has a 3-cylinder engine, it still is a very refined engine. One more important thing I would like to focus on is torque to weight ratio. Normally people just compare the torque figures and just say, okay, this car is more torquey. Just take the example of XUV 300 and Venue. So if you see here, there's a huge difference of 30 Nm, which means that XUV 300 is quite more torquey than Venue. But it's not so in the real life. What happens is there's a huge weight difference between these two cars. XUV 300 is quite heavier, which means that it needs more power and torque to move. So if you see the torque to weight ratio, both have very similar torque to weight ratio. That means in the real life, both will feel like equally torquey. And even Venue has slightly higher torque to weight ratio than XUV here. Now let's talk about the dimensions. Now all of these cars have same length as all of them are sub 4-meter cars. But the only difference here is in the width. Here, if you see XUV and Nexon, both have bigger width, which means that there will be more rear space. I'm talking about shoulder space here. Then talking about height, EcoSport, Sonnet and Brezza have more height, which would mean more headroom. And also, it will make getting into the car easy for tall people. Talking about ground clearance, all of them have good amount of ground clearance except XUV 300, which is only 180 mm of ground clearance. Although this is good enough for average usage, but it's not that good if you want to go for some off-roading. Then let's talk about the wheelbase here. All of them have similar wheelbase except XUV 300. Added to this, the XUV 300 has a very small boot of 260 liters, which means that XUV 300 will have a lot more legroom than other cars in this segment. But for me, this small boot was a non-negotiable deal. Now, Venue has the lowest turning radius among all these cars, which means that would be easiest among these cars to drive in city conditions. I couldn't find an official turning radius of Sonnet, but as both the cars have the same engine and the same platform, I would be expecting it to be the same. So I would say Venue and Sonnet are easy to drive in city conditions. Now, all of them have disc front brakes and drum brakes at the rear, except XUV 300, which has disc at both. But in my opinion, it's very difficult to judge the braking based on specs. It's better to judge those in test drives. In this segment, for me, when it comes to engine, everyone is a winner except Sonnet. But when it comes to dimension and space, I was looking for something which has more ground clearance, has good space in both rear and boot. So Nexon, EcoSport, and Brezza are winners in this segment for me. Please note here that for me, rear space was important. So Venue didn't make the cut. For someone who doesn't need much space, Venue would have been a winner too. Before we start comparing other features, let me clarify a couple of things which are present in my Excel sheet. So I've color coded all the features according to the priority. So you can see the priority here. The red means that it's a very must-have feature. The orange means that I would prefer to have it. Yellow is okay to miss out. And also there are arrow marks to show if this particular feature is present in the car but in the upper variant. The number of arrows represent the number of upgrades you need to make to get that particular feature. Now let's compare the safety. Thanks to the new regulations, we now have ABS and EBD by default with two airbags. Only EcoSport has side curtain airbags. Out of all the cars, EcoSport, Nexon, XUV 300 have strong build quality. Both Nexon and XUV 300 are 5-star rated by Global NCAP. But there are some passive safety features like ESP, traction control, which prevent accident in the first place. These are only present in Nexon and EcoSport Titanium Plus. Please note, EcoSport Titanium variant, which is less than 10 lakhs, doesn't have all these features. I would like to appreciate Tata here, as even the base model XC of Nexon has all these safety features. Other common features like seatbelt reminders, speed sensing auto door lock, rear parking sensors, and camera are present in all models. Nexon is a clear winner here. Please note, if someone extends their budget, then EcoSport and XUV 300 also win in this segment. Talking about convenience features, this is a bit confusing segment as everyone can have different preferences. But if you see, Venue and EcoSport miss on the least number of things in this variant. I would say EcoSport and Venue are winners here, especially Venue because that comes in a lesser price segment. But other cars, except Sonnet, are not much behind. If you see in Nexon, you don't have to compromise much except cruise control and sunroof. Similarly, in Maruti Brezza, the only thing which you have to compromise is sunroof. Coming to interior features and electronics, all of them are quite equipped. For me, rear AC vents was important. Nexon and Venue both had all the features I wanted. In electronics, Venue has a better touchscreen infotainment system. It is not only bigger but also has a very smooth touch UI. After taking test drive of Venue, I was not a big fan of Venue's interior. The all-black interior didn't match my taste. I really liked the interior of EcoSport, so much that I was okay to miss out on the rear AC vents. Although Brezza has all features, the interior doesn't feel premium. Also, I didn't like the center console of XUV 300. For me, Nexon and EcoSport were the winners in this segment. Venue was also pretty close. Looks matter a lot when you buy a car. I was really impressed by Sonnet look. So much that I was almost ready to buy it without even comparing anything else. The tiger nose grill and the buffy look of Sonnet really impressed me. But this variant doesn't come with alloy wheels, projector headlamps, and DRLs. Out of these, alloy wheels are very easy to fit in the aftermarket. Other things are a bit tricky. Both Brezza and Venue look standard to me. Venue's rear look is too plain for me, I'm not a big fan of Brazer's front grille. I also like the rear look of EcoSport a lot. Now that's a old design, but that still stands out among all cars. The rear look is really rugged and very SUVs. A big fan of the rear look of this car. But the front is very outdated now. It's high time that Ford launches the next generation of EcoSport in the Indian market. That was the primary reason I didn't want to buy, because I'd heard rumors that Ford will be launching the next generation EcoSport next year. With that, keeping that in mind, and the extra price difference, and the things which Nexon gave me, uh, ultimately I had a very big confusion between Nexon and EcoSport, and I went with Nexon. I really like the looks of XUV 300. It's very sporty. The front DRLs look really sexy, and overall the car looks new. So in this segment, my top races would be Nexon, XUV 300, and Sonnet. I had a long waiting time for my Nexon. During this time, Nissan launched Magnite. Nissan has launched this car at a very attractive price of 5 lakhs XOR. Now, it might sound too good to be true, but please keep in mind that the base model, or like the base series of this car, they come with the 1 liter non-turbo engine. Trust me, this car will feel very, very sluggish. If you're buying a SUV, car will be a bit heavy. Like, even if it is not a proper SUV, if it is a compact SUV, the car size is big. For this size, a 1 liter non-turbo engine cannot be sufficient. The turbo one also comes at a good price. It comes at near about Breza's mid variant or Nexon's mid variant. At that price, I went and took a test drive of this car. There are some good things about this car, and still stands out as the best option if somebody is looking for a automatic or something like that. There are various factors in which Nissan Magnet might be the best option. But for me, the car didn't feel premium at all from inside. Whatever premiumness you see is just the exterior. The interior lack quality and finish. The fabrics used, plastic used, don't feel premium at all. So there's a lot of gaps in the fitting and finish. So those are the reasons primarily for not liking it. And also, I'm not very sure about the build quality of this car, because I've heard this is based on the Triverse platform, which is not that great as per my knowledge. So it certainly doesn't beat Nexon or Breza's mid variant in that segment. Maybe I can make another video where I have a very detailed comparison between Nexon and Brezza and Magnet, Nissan Magnet. After this analysis, I basically booked my dream car, got it delivered last week. I have some great views of this car as well, some positives, some negative. Please stay tuned in this channel. I'll be uploading more videos every week. Some upcoming videos will be the top 10 issues with Nexon, some ownership review, or why Nexon XZ Plus variant only, why not other variants? Or why did I basically decide to do an upgrade from Ultros to Nexon or something like that? Stay tuned, guys. I hope you like this video. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day.